The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot the death, oh yes, these are the sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for them four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a parting line. It's always in season and people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat spit. I got what you need.
Oh man, I don't know if we got what y'all need this week, but we giving y'all what the fuck we say we giving y'all. It's your boy the mayor, a DJ named H5, your mom's favorite fat guy from a gray and ashy Africa today. It's bars. That's bars.
You could not be ashy from Africa if not to have the shea butter.
Besides stepping on my intro, he's telling all his secrets in his dark corner that he sits in. Y'all heard the leg slapping. There was no super kicks being thrown with that slappity slap you just heard. But anyway, next up is my man right next to me.
What up, y'all? Coming from parts unknown out here in these I don't know what you want to call this. This is nice. It's nice out here today. How y'all brothers doing? I'm looking forward to a great debate today. Some shit is getting settled. Might be some soft furniture moving. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking forward to it. How you gentlemen doing?
We are warming up the furniture moving for the end of the month. And we're Jamal, shout Jamal, but we're starting to unbolt the chairs from all the stanchions. What up, kid? You missed us last week.
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate everybody joining this week. Can't wait to chop up today's show. Back on it this week. Looking forward to, like TJ said, preparing the soft furniture moving. But welcome everybody.
And welcome to the brother that we just had to plug in, but he'll be back coming soon. Tyrone, what's good with you?
Hey, can y'all hear me? You can hear me?
We hear you.
Oh, all right, cool. Because I had to unplug my mic.
Yeah.
The audio wasn't working, so I didn't know if y'all was gonna hear me. But I'm glad to be here. This is gonna be a hard one, I think, today.
Oh yeah, because you missed the pre-show, but the world is yours. It was here for the pre-show, and the world might be everybody's, DJ. But y'all gonna be cussing us out when we open up. But what up, DJ?
What up? DJ World.
Oh wow.
Young
wow.
Smothered pork chops on a bed of white rice. Heavy pepper.
I see we're starting early.
Your fave podcast is never. It's the German bomber, the pod father, red shirt zaddy, Girth Brooks.
Okay, Tiny.
You forgot Girth Nowitzki.
You're
What up?
how y'all doing today?
Ready to piss some
I
of
don't know
y'all.
if I could have gone through a whole show with that voice, B.
Oh,
Just saying, just listen to the World Is Yours podcast, and he taps that in at the right times. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. But a person who's been doing all the right creations at the right times. You see how we put the two light skins at the top corner, like,
Wow.
and that ain't even my fault.
Wow.
Word to Albie
Oh,
Sugar
wow.
Internet.
All right, got you. I'm glad to be here, man. From the dark side of Delaware today. So, just came up to chill, get ready to load up on some good ideas, and we're going to check it out. I mean, check out my little TikTok if you get a chance. But you know what I'm saying? I'm here to support, bring the noise, and let's do it.
Wait. Does Delaware have a dark side?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called CZW. But speaking of, but also because this brother, we invite him all the time, and we got mad love for him, but he loves to step on my intro. So that's why you waited last.
That's okay.
You had to face the salty truth. Bars once again.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Corey Salty Street Floyd. I'm from Amerimi Media. Be sure to check us out. Podcast weekly, Geek Report weekly. Always got something going on. Brand new articles up on the website. That's AMERIMEMEDIA. Holla at me.
Yes, sir. And we are, as a collective, back once again to hear car alarms.
Somebody trying to steal my Pinto. Damn.
It's stealing their own car. But anyway, we're back as promised. As the month of March rolls on, we do our normal Sweet 16s. We're going to announce some adjustments we made because the 90s rap album one, is going to be hard as shit. So we're expanding it to a full 64 album tournament. It's going to be at least 2 weeks rolling into April. We'll be, we're going to have some discussions about our future formats and stuff like that, because that's something I wanted to have with y'all. But the 90s rap album tournament is going to be absolutely disrespectful.
what's the adjustment? I thought you already said it was going to be 64 albums.
No, we said 16.
What? I heard 64.
No.
Yeah, but that was too hard.
Yeah, we said 16. Big O tried to push off 64. But the brother was right, and we can't just do 16 because it was becoming like the Murderer's Row of Murderer's Row type of albums. Plus, I personally didn't want it to be, and the brothers could have outvoted me, but I didn't want it to be your basic Biggie album, Nas album, Jay-Z album, tournament's done. We gotta find that creative way to get Group Home in there. Gotta get the real backpack of like Company Flow, maybe some Dilated, maybe some Alcohol. Who knows? I don't know what they picked yet.
They gonna win?
I don't know who they picked yet, but I picked my joints already. But we'll get there. We got the all times teams tournament next week. But this week, we promise we're doing the cartoons. I believe, as picked by Brother Witness Protection, Big O in the building. What's up?
Oh, he on first 48 now.
This man's the real anonymous.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody don't want to see me with no tissue up my nose. So
they call him Pookie. I don't know his real name, but I know they.
We couldn't see you anyway, bro.
Last week you was in the shadows.
Yeah.
But
The
I believe
darkness is your ally.
this was one of those. I believe our brother O picked this topic, and so we made it difficult. Now we had to I proposed it. Y'all didn't deny it, but I proposed it. Let's do it by decades. The one thing that y'all wanted to do that I kind of gave a little pushback, and y'all saw what I said, which was adding 70s, but then leaving out the 2010s. But then I put the 2010s in because, like I said, it makes it a little harder because cartoons were good shit, but it was real hard to come by. And I tasked myself with the 2010s because I have kids who have been single digits throughout that decade period. But I will show y'all out of respect that they became the low seeds. And here's where we revealed the tournament brackets to everybody, which I told y'all I just crafted this while we were in pre-show. And this is the place where y'all brothers that are our guests this week get to cuss us out and say, where the fuck is this? Where the fuck is that? But please understand, because my brothers around the whole cipher was mad at me because we got stuck with only picking 4 cartoons from each decade. So just imagine how hard it was in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. A whole 10 years, you only could get 4.
Well,
That's why
I could have easily picked another 4, and still would have had some left over.
we could have picked a whole Saturday from like 1985.
Yeah.
How fair would that have been?
Yo, Dan, you saw my list. You saw my original list. That list was crazy.
That list was generic, in my opinion. We all know that list. I love you, brother. But that list was, and as I said in the promo video, that list was fucking Captain Obvious. But
You talking about the 4? You talking about the last 4?
The 4, but even when you put all of your joints, in my opinion, it was Captain Obvious, but they were all classics and all legendary joints. So I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I wasn't mad at nobody's list. But once you see what I'm about to show y'all, and then again, I'm gonna let y'all have at it.
Wait, can I say something though? Y'all watch cartoons on Saturday mornings? Because when I was growing up on Saturday mornings, my whole Saturday morning was taken up by wrestling. I had Superstar, Spotlight, then WCW. I had to watch wrestling all Saturday morning. Well, I didn't get to watch no cartoons.
I feel bad for you, bro.
Well,
I watched both, man. I watched both.
Yeah.
You had
what time were you getting up on Saturday? 4 o'clock?
We had 2 TVs.
He said we was all rich. You ain't have 2 TVs? No.
For a minute now, we just had the one joint in the living room on the floor.
WWE
Spotlight started at 10 o'clock.
WWF Superstars came on at like 11 o'clock.
Nah, WWF was definitely like 10 a.m. Especially in New York, it was like 10.
Yeah,
but,
it was always after the show.
But there was at least 2 hours. But then you just flexed back to something else or went the fuck outside. Like we had outside. Like they be talking now like, oh, we outside. We were outside.
We had time for all that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We had time to.
I was hitting the bike.
Yeah, we did all of that, man. But here's the tournament brackets. I didn't keep it by decade. I mixed it up. Okay. I mixed it up. And I gave the first, whoever that noise is. There might be, that was O. I muted you, O, sorry. But the number 1 seed went to Transformers. The number 2 seed went to Voltron. The number 3 seed went to the Batman animated series.
What?
And then the 4 seed went to X-Men animated series.
Motherfucker.
This is why I asked. This is why I asked DJ pre-show. Okay.
Yeah.
The 5th seed. Where is it? I need glasses. The 5th seed went to Jamal's pick of the Boondocks. The 6th seed went to South Park. The 7th seed went to G.I. Joe. Clone Wars versus Family Guy, 8 and 9 seed. Rick and Morty at the 10 seed. 11 seed Smurfs. I just had mad spit on my lip. I didn't want to be all 12 the Ren and Stimpy. 13 Afro Samurai. 14th seed Teen Titans Go. 15 Amazing World of Gumball. 16 Craig of the Creek. So all of those shows most of those shows that I mentioned were my picks from the 2010s and beyond. But yeah, so and just to break down who picked what, Jamal, I added Afro Samurai for you because you never came back to me. It's all right because I had to fix it because you tried to get unfair on us. But here's the selections, and then y'all can
allegedly.
Here's the selections, and y'all could argue it out. I already said what I picked, so I that's why I put mine low seed. Big O picked Transformers, G.I. Joe, Smurfs, Voltron. TJ picked X-Men, Batman, South Park, Ren and Stimpy. Jamal, Family Guy, Boondocks, Clone Wars, Afro Samurai. This is a hard-ass lineup from everybody. But some of y'all had some things to say about what was missing what, DJ.
So, you know what's missing. If we're talking 80s, you're missing the Heat. You missing Silverhawks. You missing Centurions. You missing Mask, bro. Mask Crew.
Was G-Force in the 70s or the 80s?
That was the 60s, bro.
Yeah, G-Force was older than that.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 before that came out. Yeah.
Yo, where's the Inspector Gadget? Is that in the 80s?
Yes.
For real, man. We need a 16 bracket.
16, yeah.
I don't think Afro Samurai should be up here.
I agree.
Yeah.
What about the thunder
over Samurai Jack?
Facts.
I would put
over Samurai Jack.
I would put Samurai Jack in over Afro Samurai due to the main fact that Afro Samurai is literally 4 episodes per season and only had 2 seasons. And to be honest, it's not even seasons. They're just movies that have been cut into 4 parts.
Well, if you keep it real, with the exception of a few things. Almost every 80s cartoon that we talk about is missing was really only 1 season. But we got locked in on them bitches because we didn't care that we've seen the same episode 5 to 20 times.
What about
what
about the Titan of all cartoons? The Simpsons are not on the list.
I almost had them on there. But The Simpsons is like
the
5
Simpsons
decades long.
Not on
it's like 4 decades long. So where does it go?
The Simpsons came out in the 80s.
Yeah. That's why I didn't put it.
Come on, though. Certain cartoons like The Simpsons is just like you got your goats and you got what we want to do. The Simpsons is on like a higher like a tier. You know what I'm saying? It's like Looney Tunes is on a tier. You don't put that in no competition. It's no competition.
Legends.
Simpsons ain't got no competition. They on the legend tier. They in the Hall of Fame already.
Right. Like they won.
Okay, I get that.
they won at life already. Like, but I mean anybody else? Because again, y'all, if I felt like y'all was gonna be way more hot with me.
Well, the Thundercats was missing. I don't understand that.
That's O's fault.
And I don't see no Ninja Turtles neither.
Ninja Turtles
not
on the list.
I only got 4 picks. What
now, G.I. Joe should have been on the first seed. I like Transformers and all that, but G.I. Joe was the shit.
G.I. Joe being the 7 seed is crazy.
Hey, look, you can't put, if you're going to put Transformers on there, then you could have took that Voltron shit away. Because
yeah, you gotta relax.
Yeah.
You gotta relax.
No.
Transformers and Voltron in the same circle, man. They hang out.
We'd have been driving down to Philly right now to have a meeting. I think everybody would have converted.
What part of Philly you in, sir?
Hey, Ninja Turtles better than Voltron. I said it.
Wow.
I can't argue that.
I can't.
Yeah, I can't argue either. That's the truth.
Can't argue that.
I
Where's
don't know, y'all.
Robotech on that joint?
I don't know.
Where's Robotech?
Robotech,
I done that Robotech shit.
Robotech is ridiculous, but Robotech never
All
got
right,
a lot of love.
y'all
man.
adding a lot of anime into this conversation.
Shout out to Ontario. He asked about the GoBots.
GoBots is the Bobo Transformers. You don't need them. That's like you gonna get
there was no love for G.I. Joe.
Got polar bear.
Well, again, I randomly seeded them. And I really, honestly, in my opinion, put some of the best in the first 4 slots. Now, call me biased on personal connection, but Voltron, I pushed to number 2 because it's really number 1 to me. But Transformers, legendary shit. And then you bring it to the 90s and how unstoppable X-Men and Batman were. I mean, like X-Men, you don't even need to watch the cartoon; just listen to the damn theme song.
No,
you're gonna get up and start running in formation with your friends, just like they did at the beginning of the show.
So real quick, see comments like the Voltron comment. He said, "This is why I said it's gonna be light furniture moving today," because that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary, B.
Like I was ready to fight him, but then he brought up Ninja Turtles. I was like, shit.
No, but then he said no. Then we said he's from Philly, and y'all are probably neighbors.
Well, this is coming from a person that didn't watch cartoons at 9 o'clock in the morning anyway, so I don't know if it's valid right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was watching
9 o'clock in the
wrestling.
morning, sir. If you waking up at 9 o'clock to watch cartoons, you done already missed about 2 hours of cartoons.
Come on, Tyrone. Fight back, Tyrone. Fight back.
Hey, what cartoons came on Saturday mornings? Because I watched Ninja Turtles after school. I watched Joy after school, Transformers. All these cartoons on this list, I watched after school.
Yeah,
I ain't watching on Saturday.
Nah, no
Saturday was for
most of these
Looney Tunes and Muppet Baby.
Wow, disrespect.
But he's almost halfway not. He's almost halfway not lying because most of TJ's list was after school.
Yeah, it was.
What about that type of shit? Was that
no? What about Hanna-Barbera Hour? You forget about Hanna-Barbera joints. You know what I'm saying?
Hanna-Barbera wasn't 80s though. Hanna-Barbera was like 60s though.
70s. What about Heathcliff?
No, they were playing in the 80s, bro.
Pirates of the Dark
They were
Waters
heavy in the
90s.
80s. Space Ghost.
Yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy, but it wasn't a regular from the 80s. Space Ghost is 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
SWAT.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
I feel like one of the greatest 90s cartoons got neglected. Animaniacs.
What's that?
No.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Pinky and the Brain too. Pinky and the Brain ain't on there.
That's Animaniacs.
That's Animaniacs.
Pinky and the Brain was about 10 minutes of cartoon.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Wasn't enough slots.
But then Pinky and the Brain became its own show.
Yep, it did for one season.
Matter of fact, if we keep it 100, if you really look at it, in the 90s, Steven Spielberg produced some of the best cartoons.
Animaniacs,
Pinky and the Brain, Tiny Toon Adventures, Freakazoid. Like
Animaniacs is just the kid version of Ren and Stimpy.
No.
It's very much like if you made a G-rated Ren and Stimpy. That's what Animaniacs is.
I can see that.
I mean, except for the humor is not as grotesque, and when they actually do musical numbers, the shit is unbelievably funny and also informational. Like, I remember as a kid, I actually learned how to do that whole all the countries in the world shit.
Yeah, but you know what? They never had the land of lost left socks. That's to this day, I quote that shit. I fucking love Ren and Stimpy. Like, remember back
Powder
in the day?
Toast Man.
Exactly. Like
Powder Toast Man.
The t-shirts.
Don't whiz on the electric fence.
Exactly. Like I had the t-shirts. I had the t-shirts in the era of the Black Bart Simpson shirts when those them joints was getting banned in schools. Like you couldn't wear them in school joints. But
when Bart Simpson had actual songs on the radio.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Do the Bartman?
Oh yeah.
Bartman.
But you know what? Maybe I should have given G.I. Joe a little more respect because of stuff like this.
Well, man, check out that thing, man.
What do you want to do with it?
Let's launch over it.
Don't do that, kid.
Body massage.
What did he just say to us?
Hello. Mr. Body Massage Machine. Go. Body massage.
If you
know. And knowing is half the battle.
If you have never seen those G.I. Joe PSA spoofs,
those joints was gold.
Them shit, yo. Man, I don't want to go through all of them, but I gotta find the best one. The best one to me. It wasn't
what happened to Heat Man on the list?
I still be using those too. Somebody be like, well, I guess now I know. Like, and learning's half the battle.
He Man had those little things. So
yeah, I wouldn't say that.
He Man had characters like Manny Faces and Mecha Neck.
Yeah. now there's OnlyFans accounts called Mecha Neck. I found the best one though of these PSAs. It's right after this
joints, man. I got the Triclops.
Yeah, we should totally hit it again, but I get first dibs on it.
Took me come on, put me nearly dead. I watch the people rushing door like a basha. Choco, one time they time for the bus ride.
The shovel race.
A time for the bus ride. Sunshine they a time for the bus ride. Fun time they a time for the bus ride. No.
Oh my God.
Yo, just if y'all have a chance, just go sit through them shit.
Here's the trippy shit about that last joint. Like even before they remixed the PSA. It's these white kids in the bathroom, and this black dude just showed up in the window to the garden.
but he stopped it. It was like he stopped the kids from doing drugs, but it was like, hold up, are we already high?
It's like he had to go to the backyard and he didn't get shot or nothing.
Right. And this is the 80s we talking about. So, even though G.I. Joe, no, the cartoon is the 80s, but G.I. Joe itself is what, 60s, 50s? As far as the big ass toys and shit.
60s, yeah. That was Vietnam, yeah.
The creator of the Kung Fu Grip and all that shit. But anyway, enough pontificating and bullshitting and cussing out, because the homie Ontario is definitely in the comments dropping many shits, but that was the point of this. You was gonna miss something. Captain Planet, Hong Kong Phooey for sure, but that was definitely
Hong Kong Phooey 70s.
Definitely 70s. Darkwing Duck is
Shout out to Scatman Brothers.
SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats. Yeah, there's too many joints, man.
Yeah.
Too many joints. We could have said here, like you said, DJ, in the text message, Ronin Warriors is one of those. You know what I'm saying? Fucking I Battle the Planets, aka G-Force. You know what I'm saying? Like we could have went on Speed Racer, but that was 60s, 70s. But
yo, Speed Racer was mid. I'm glad Speed Racer's not on the list. That's mid.
That's one of my favorite joints. I feel you in a way as far as story and all that's concerned, but nah. I love me some Speed Racer. But anyway, let me bring the brackets up and let's just get right into this biatch. Share screen. Let's go. Yep.
I'm ready.
All right. And we'll start off with the 1 seed, Transformers versus Craig of the Creek. This, I mean, it almost feels unfair in a way, but it is what it is. Transformers, we all know, Optimus Prime. Autobots versus Decepticons. Starscream and his crazy ass always trying to be the man, but always fumbling the bag, becoming a man. Oh, that's nice. I like it. My wife fashion showing for me while we're doing the show, but I like it. My bad, y'all. Versus Craig of the Creek. Versus Craig of the Creek, where as Craig of the Creek, I'm sure many of y'all, if y'all don't have kids, you're probably not familiar with it. But it was a great cartoon just about kids being outside. And it showed a young, adventurous black kid who pretty much ran the crew. And they got into adventures, hijinks, yada, yada, yada. I know where this is going, but where y'all vote going anyway, from top to bottom? TJ, go ahead. All right, TJ's froze. So Demetrius, when TJ comes,
I'm going with the Transformers definitely. That was the iconic show. All the million different action figures they made for the joint. It was just a legacy. I don't know about this Creek show because I never saw it, but that's all I gotta say is, man, Transformers. I even still got the damn action figure.
Fire.
So, you know what I'm saying? That tells me that's one of those iconic shows.
Yeah.
And it can't be untouched. And I don't think Creek or anything. Till this day, it still is hard. So you still can watch it till this day, and still check it out. You know, I have the box sets and all that, but that shit is beast. Still,
yeah.
It's fine.
I already know it's a losing battle, but I'm gonna say Craig of the Creek. After don't get me wrong, I love Transformers, but it's very few times I've watched cartoons with black characters and it never felt pandering.
Indeed.
This was produced and written by our people, voiced by our people. Like Craig of the Creek is everything that we liked about Family Matters, but actually written by black people.
It was many of our childhoods for real of being outside. But I love the sympathy vote. TJ, are you back? Nope, TJ still froze. So Jamal, please don't shit on us with your Transformer collection.
Yeah, so I'm let you know if my bias is showing. You know what I mean? It ain't even a contest for me, brothers. It's Transformers.
Yeah,
DJ.
Transformers all day. The original animated movie, I think it came out in '83, right? with Rodimus Prime Rodimus Prime.
Yeah,
86.
Yeah, cartoons 84.
You got the touch.
Hasbro has done very, very, very few things wrong when it comes down to cartoons. When it comes down to what they were able to do, merch, toys, everything. They were able to take care of what they took care of business when it came down to the cartoon. I love the Craig of the Creek joint, but it caught a bad one. You know, bottom seed versus top seed, it caught a bad one. This is easy landslide.
Yeah, that's why I pushed it on, but for GP Tyrone, then Big O just sound off, but it's already been moved on. But go ahead for GP.
Transformer movie was great, had a great soundtrack, but I think it messed up the series because after the movie, it took away the Starscream Megatron dynamic, and Rodimus was no Optimus, and I don't care what nobody says. So after the Transformers movie, it took the series down. But before that, I don't know what you can say. I mean, Craig of the Creek was all right, but if the Constructicons would have came in and tore the creek up and formed Devastator, I would have liked that a lot more.
Oh.
Yeah, Transformers, without a doubt.
TJ, you sound like you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I mean, the Transformers was a movement. You know what I'm saying? It was a movement. Like, no, if you were a kid around that time, you could run up to any kid. I don't care where you were from, and be like, "Yo, you watch Transformers?" And the answer was always yes. So, I mean, I watched Craig of the Creek because my daughter was around 10 or 11 at that time. So, I mean, between that and damn near all of Cartoon Networks with the Power Girls and Dexter's Laboratory and all that other shit. But yeah, Transformers is washing all of them.
Yeah, and see, with me picking the 2010s, mentioning those shows that you mentioned, like it was kind of hard not being able to pick them because it wasn't my decade. But like you would think like the whole fucking beginning of the Cartoon Network era of shows, like we could have did a whole tournament of just that alone. of just that alone. Like,
Yeah.
Dexter's freaking Powerpuff Girls, fucking what's the fucking meathead's name again? I'm drawing a blank. Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Was that
Johnny
Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yes, when we get to
Maybe you should have upped this one to 64.
No. this is a light one. This was just a light for fun. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the 2 verse 15. Another should be wash. Voltron versus the Amazing World of Gumball. Now, Voltron, in my opinion, in my goated cartoon classics, I gotta go for that. Even though I would love to give a vote to the Amazing World of Gumball, because shit, if y'all are familiar, that some of the stupid funny, it had a lot of the like junior high school teen angst moments in it. You know, like trying to get the girl or beating the boyfriend that gets abused, but it just takes it, or it just the dumbass father. Not saying my father's dumb, he's not, but you know, it's just the silly father, the straight mom, or it's not the other way around. But there was a lot of relatable adult shit that you could be like, yo, I remember that type of shit from back in the day in Amazing World of Gumball. But this is Voltron we talking about. I'm sorry. There's nothing better than the 5 lions, not counting the cars.
The cars.
Gunshot for real. But bottom up.
They didn't even have people on.
Yeah, yo, I'm almost kind of annoyed that Gumball is going against Voltron, because Gumball is one of the few shows that, you know, if I'm walking by and I see other kids watching, I'll sit and watch, and that shit is funny. A lot of it on there is funny, right? However, it is Voltron we're talking about here, you know, and yeah, there's nothing better than that. Like you said, the cars wasn't worth the shit. The 5 lions, you know, shout out to Sven, because they took a step back when they wanted the princess. I didn't.
Word.
Oh man, they laid off Sven.
They said behind the scenes he was horrible, so they had to write him up.
It was, hey, I'm Princess Diana. I want a job. I want your job.
Uh-huh.
Gotta give it up to the queen.
Equal rights.
Hey, but Voltron it is, Tyrone.
Okay, so I put Voltron in my same world as Transformers. They was in the same circles. They was like friends. So I had my robot fixed, and the Constructicons transformed to make Devastator. So I had my combination fixed. So you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something about the Amazing World of Gumball. Okay, it's the proper name. It was amazing. You have a rabbit and a cat. Fuck, and have rabbit and cat kids. You had a goldfish. You had a goldfish just flushed down the toilet and literally grow legs and learn how to talk because he loved the family so much that he could walk from the ocean back to him. Okay, and you had a balloon that was a character that had a girlfriend and popped because they broke up. So Voltron was great. The Amazing World of Gumball was amazing. So I'm picking Gumball.
I ain't mad at that, DJ.
Well, you know, this light work. This light work for Voltron. Voltron did the same thing as Transformers for the most part. They had a shorter run. Transformers was on TV for a dub. I think Voltron was on TV for what, 5 years, maybe. I think they got 4 seasons in.
I think Voltron maybe had 2 seasons, man.
Yeah, but cartoon seasons be like 20 some odd episodes. Yeah. Like even the first season of Power Rangers got 43 episodes. It's like, damn, that's a whole lifetime for most shows. Voltron gets it easy. Where they lacked in the merch, in the toys, and that was just because it was a crowded space back then. But a lot of shows took their formula and ran with it moving forward. I mean, you look at your Power Rangers, look at everybody else that's putting 4 and 5 machines together to make one big machine. Like everybody took that formula and ran with it because it was that hype. So they are sort of the originators, sort of close.
Yeah, close. Yeah, pretty. And you know what? I don't look at them as like they. I mean, yeah, 2 seasons, but it was that impact, that level of impact that they had, and like still to this day, like I need to get myself again a die-cast metal Voltron because you know we were not rich, but I could say fortunately, me and my brother had our own individual 5 lions.
Wow. Yeah, I used to have them.
Y'all was rich.
Nah,
like nah. If both of y'all had 5 lions, y'all was rich.
Nah.
To the rest of the kids on the block, y'all was rich.
Nah, I give it up to my parents.
Y'all was the lick. We supposed to come pay y'all a visit.
Yo, I have one lion. I didn't have half of it. I had one lion, B.
I
have one lion.
I give it up to my parents because my mother would stay home and my father, if y'all know, did the same job that I do today. And, you know, we all know 80s was different as far as incomes and how you could maintain, but they did what they could to try to do the best that they could for us. And we didn't get everything. But that's one of them things that I remember till this day that I will never forget, that I'm definitely trying to get my hands on, which you can, but I'm not balling like that. Jamal, it's on you.
No, this one Voltron takes it. What I like about Voltron is it was high quality, even though it was short lived. They knew, you know, when they were done, we ain't had no more material. It's time to peace out, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and then they came back in the just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yep. I was gonna bring that up.
They didn't stay too long, you know, and have them sour seasons like Lisper was talking about earlier with Transformers. Transformers, the movie, was so good it ruined the cartoon, and they had two sour seasons right after the movie was done.
But then they revived it with Beast Wars, Corey.
Oh no!
But we're not hanging on that. I just wanted to use that as a transition.
Beast Wars is one of my
get your vote.
One of my personal favorites. To be perfectly honest, if y'all the nostalgia glasses on Voltron is a little too much for me. It's not even that action packed. There's better fight scenes in the amazing world of Gumball. I'm gonna just put that out there. Now, if this was about the newer one that was on Netflix, I would have definitely said Voltron. But sorry, the old one is not as great. It's not as great as y'all want to remember it for. Mainly because this whole time, all of you kept going back to Transformers. So it's just like, it just sounds like y'all guys picked Voltron because it reminded you of Transformers.
Not me. Y'all just cursed me out for having all the lions. I didn't go back to Transformers.
No. See, I said y'all in a large general. So if it applies, let it fly.
I feel you. If it don't apply, Demetrius.
I'm going with Transformers.
I'm going with
Gumball. Transformers is for me, man. I grew up on Transformers. I even went to Toys R Us.
We're not talking about Transformers right now. Which only further reiterates what I was saying.
You got me confused. Voltron.
It only further reiterates what I'm saying.
Oh man, whatever. Voltron is awesome. I had
Are
all
you
the
sure?
growing up. Yeah, I'm sure, buddy. I watched both of them. They're both equal to me. So,
because Optimus Prime was good in Voltron, right?
What do you say now?
Mm-hmm.
Optimus Prime
Voltron
was good in Voltron,
I'm going for Voltron. I'm going for Voltron. You can be confused. You kept talking about Transformers during your little discussion there. But I'm going with Transformers. I mean, Voltron. Damn, I'm going with Voltron. And Voltron is the shit, man. I like to say.
As you called it before you put your vote in, the light furniture movement has already begun.
Yeah.
The light furniture movement has already begun.
Crazy.
But I mean, Voltron is another iconic joint. Everybody knew Dino Thrusters go. You know, you knew the whole shit when they were interlocking before they was forming Voltron. That shit was, I mean, that shit was fire. and people were like, people were literally trying to kill them. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the beast and the road beast and shit like that, they was trying to end lives. Voltron killed hundreds, if not millions, of these people
Yo, if you think
in the
about it,
cartoon.
too, and Voltron moves on, but Voltron, when formed, was the first One Punch Man. Think about it.
Yeah.
That's because budgets were finite.
Listen, one Punch Man got his ass kicked until he pulled out the weapon and was one punch. Voltron would get their ass kicked when they were 5 separate lions until they formed into one sword swipe, and it was over.
It was
So that's
over.
a good fight to him. That's not a good fight to me. Voltron did not fight good. He had one punch and it was over. I was done with it. If you watch the Constructicons on Form Devastator and fight the Dinobots, they fought like
And we
5
go
minutes.
right back to Transformers, even though it was
That's what it is. That's not comparison. Those was in the same vein. They cousins.
But let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna go to the 314, which is Batman the Animated Series versus another DC property, Teen Titans Go. I watched more Teen Titans Go than I have of Batman the Animated Series. Yes, I liked it after school around 4:30 on Fox 5 back in the day. It was cool. But I wasn't the Mr. I need to be dark and serious and hard rock. Teen Titans Go, ever since watching it with my daughter, we're starting with my oldest daughter. I love stupid humor. I love silly funny. I love waffles. I love that shit. I love the fact that, as I showed y'all, reminded y'all brothers, De La Soul did an episode of Teen Titans Go.
Yep.
I love the freaking Teen Titans Go movie, even though that is not a part of the cartoon. It is, but it's not. It's not that. I love all the dynamics of like Beast Boy is like the young Latino / black kid and the way he talks. The Cyborg is the black dude, but he's like a ditzy black dude and goofy. You know, Robin is the fall for anything. Freaking Starfire was the ditzy goof that just, shit happened always in her favor. And then Raven with the Metreon Zinthos and the same spell and the dynamic of teen angst against her dad, where she wants to be good, but her dad wants her to be evil. And it's just there's so many layers to Teen Titans Go that I'm not going to sit here and explain. But TJ, the vote is on you. I'm going to go run to get something real quick to show y'all. But keep going.
All right. So I'm the exact opposite of Dan. I saw more of the Batman animated series than I saw of Teen Titan Go. I mean, like he said, it had that silly humor, but Batman was almost like an adult type cartoon. But the way they was getting at each other and Batman just pummeling people left and right every week, that shit was dope. He's always had a fly ass gadget to get him out of something. He'd clown dudes right before he would start fighting them and shit like that. So yeah, I mean, Batman the animated series was for me, and the storylines for like continuing into the next week and shit or the next day had you locked in. You was locked in because you wanted to see what was really going to happen. So that's why Batman the animated series is for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to go with the Batman animated series also. That was my joint. I don't know about the Titans one because I never really watched it because it seemed a little bit too kiddie for me. But I enjoyed the Batman animated series. That was fine. And that's what I'm going with that one.
Okay, so I caught up only with the second vote. So 2-1 Batman, Corey.
I love Batman the animated series, but I also really love Teen Titans Go. I got personal attachments to both of them. I've interviewed Beast Boy, I've interviewed Batman, but a show that technically shouldn't have worked was Teen Titans Go. But damn it, the fact that they got all the voice actors to come back and play these wild versions of themselves with this tight meta humor, I'm the one time I'm gonna have to give it to Teen Titans over Batman.
I'll watch it there.
Jamal.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with Teen Titans. Yo, that shit is funny as hell, fam. The writing on that show is ridiculous. I enjoyed the Batman series, not probably not as much as others, but Teen Titans is one of those shows where when that's on, if I walk in the room and it's on, I'll sit down and watch the rest of it. Just clever adult humor, incredibly clever adult humor, innuendos.
Right.
So.
And in like absolute what would be considered kiddie form. And then again, not Teen Titans, because Teen Titans was I would put, as Tyrone said, as far as like you're gonna put a cartoon on a pedestal. All right, I could give you Teen Titans on a pedestal because that was close to perfect. But Teen Titans Go, I agree with Jamal. DJ, it's on you.
I'm going Batman the Animated Series all day. 109 episodes. Batman the Animated Series, as a comic book fan, Batman the Animated Series was the cartoon version of the Batman in the comic books, but less dark. And that's crazy because Batman the Animated Series was very dark for a cartoon show, but not as dark as the comic book. He did his detective joint. He did his. It was action. They incorporated Robin. They had the true villains. They had Zaz on Batman the Animated Series. Like that's an easy go.
I ain't mad at that tie score though.
For me,
it's shocking me because it's a tie score. Tyrone, what you got?
Nights begin to shine. I love Teen Titans Go. I love them a lot. I watch it all the time. I watch it with my kids. I've probably seen every episode, and I'm all in for it. But I'm gonna have to pick Batman because the Teen Titans, right? They don't have any real source material. You know what I mean? They funny as hell, and the writing is funny as hell. But they can do whatever they want. They can do anything. Batman, that animated series, has to take a source material of Batman, which everybody already loves, and still use that and still make it good and still be able to tell these stories that already been told in a new way. And it just, that Batman series was so amazing to me, how it transitioned from the comic books to the series and how they had to, that was like a harder thing to do for me. So I think they worked harder and it just made a transition. Teen Titans Go can just do whatever they want. So I think that Batman was more better to me. You know, I'm picking Batman.
Oh,
it's funny. Teen Titans Go. That's for me because I really did enjoy Teen Titans. You know, and the fact that they just switched it up on me, it was like, what the hell? You know, so but yeah, after watching it, you know, same shit. You know, as far as walking by the TV and catching a glimpse of it, and then next thing you know, you're invested. You know, and that always happens to me with Teen Titans Go. So that's what I'm going with. Teen Titans Go.
Wow, comments. We got 3 of y'all in the comments. We got 3 of y'all watching. We need a vote. This was shocking as fuck that this deadlocked.
Right.
This is really shocking because it's not Teen Titans. It's the funny one.
Yeah.
Now the craziest.
It's like Jamal said though. It was how well the show was written, how well the show was produced. And yeah, Batman is one of those certified goated, you know, but yo, this shocked the shit out of me. But what I wanted to show y'all while we wait on somebody to comment and vote, I was trying to show y'all that when we talk about Transformers. I don't know where.
Wow.
I don't know where. I'm mad. I didn't see it. But here's one of the Autobot discs.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh man,
that's what's up.
I have a double somewhere, but the Decepticon disc is gray with the purple. It's hard.
That's nice, man.
But
yeah, that's nice.
The the full movie soundtrack.
Ooh, that's a good soundtrack too.
That's heat. That's heat.
Yo, it is.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get one of those.
I had
I'm gonna
to
get that.
yeah, you gotta try to find it. When that shit came out, I copped 3 copies because
Oh wow.
I had to give it to one to my boy Ian. Shout outs to the homie Wiki Ian. And holy shit, y'all. The homie Ontario comes through. I never saw Batman. I was a Marvel only as a kid. But give me Teen Titans. Teen Titans Go. Fucking
Down go. I ain't gonna lie. This is like a down goes Frazier
We have to
moment.
decline that one. We have to decline that one. He never saw the Batman, so he can't vote on it.
Yeah, that
No.
vote only count halfway. That
About
vote
to say,
only count halfway.
we had someone on last week that didn't see a lot of promos, but their vote still counted.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Hey, did I appreciate that? No, I did not. I spoke on it.
Yeah, you was in
I
the
said,
comments.
Hey, Dawn ain't saying shit. I said that.
Shouts out to Dawn. No, we loved you on the episode, though. It was a great time with you. But
now,
even if you're giving it a half vote, that half vote pushes it over the edge.
Oh man,
That's an upset.
That's crazy.
That's an upset.
Now, I am shocked that we were divided on this one. I thought this would have. I kind of thought. I would have thought the Titans would have lost. I'd be like, damn, if they had put Young Justice in there, maybe it'd have been a fighting chance. But no, this is wild.
This is crazy. This is crazy. But this shit.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy.
This is what makes having fun with shit like this interesting. But this one might be a wash because of the way we said it. Afro Samurai versus X-Men. Is this a clean sweep from everybody? X-Men?
Yeah.
X-Men. All right, no.
Yeah.
Listen, the Riz is a great producer, but he ain't beating that shit.
Yeah, I know. Not at all. Not at all. All right, moving on. Moving on. We didn't have to spend no time on that one.
Tough break, nigga.
We might have to. I don't know if we're gonna spend a little time on this one, but the Boondocks versus Ren and Stimpy. I mean, we professed our love for Ren and Stimpy a little while ago, but I'm sorry when you have the great Regina King play the voice of damn near everybody. You had the great John Witherspoon, rest in peace, his pops. Pimp, was it? Fucking
a pimp named Slickback. You got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest.
That's a pimp named Slickback, Gangstalicious and Thugnificent. Big O, Boondocks it is. We're going bottom up.
Definitely.
Tyrone.
I gave Regina King I gave her some flowers. I did a podcast episode on her because I feel like enough people don't appreciate what she's done, as far as her career from 227 to the Boondocks to all that. And for her to actually be able to voice two characters, make them seem like two different people at the same time, I can't. Boondocks it is easy.
Yeah.
DJ,
you
don't give the hoes the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I love Boondocks, but I'm going Ren and Stimpy because as a child I didn't quite understand what I was laughing at, but I went and revisited back in the early 2000s and I was like, yo, this shit is raw. They shouldn't have let kids watch this. This was on Nickelodeon. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ren and Stimpy ran so Boondocks could run. They could fly. Like Ren and Stimpy did a great job, and they're gonna get my vote.
Yeah, I feel you. Land of Left Socks versus Jamal. I am the stone that the building refused.
So for me, Boondocks is a masterpiece, man. And
it is.
That's a regional number one favorite. If this was a full 64 tournament, I'm gonna go Boondocks all the way. That shit was prophetic, bro.
Dude, Corey, Especially when you get as deep as the Tyler Perry episode. Come on.
La dee da dee do. Look at these niggas here.
Yes.
Of course, I'm gonna go with the Boondocks. Normally, I don't like to boost about nigga entertainment, but this was a mighty fine show. No, but seriously, Boondocks seasons 1 through 3. Let me be very clear about that. Some of the finest entertainment to ever be put to sell. Like the biting comic. Oh, like I was a big fan of Aaron Magruder's comic strip. So when he got to animation, I was like, I don't even think the rest of the world is ready for this because this man is not going to pull his punches.
Yeah. But Demetrius,
Boondocks. Boondocks all the way. Uncle Ruckus, man, it's a trip. I watch it all the time. There's one thing I remember about the show is just that it was just the beats. But there was a show back in the day, just not to say anything, but there was a show that he came on that comedy that Cartoon Network channel, Adult Swim, was a Minority Team. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. It aired from 2005 to 2006. Man, that shit was hilarious. And it had like Racist Frankenstein and that Corporate Ladder, and they went to the grape soda factory. And shit. It was just crazy. But if you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out if you can. That shit is just ridiculous.
I forgot the name of the cartoon, but it was where the bad guy was the pyramid head.
Yeah, right? Minority Team.
Yeah,
Minority Team. Yep.
But TJ for general purposes, because we don't say GP like the niggas do. We all over the white man.
So I mean, Ren and Stimpy, you know, like DJ was saying, was like it was before its time. Like you would watch his shit, you didn't know what you was laughing at, but it was hysterical. But the one Boondocks episode I could still watch, and like little tears would come down my eyes, laughing, was like the Benjamin Button episode.
Oh,
and he said, "Nigga trying to read," and he smacked the shit out of him so hard. He said, "Nigga trying to learn." Smack. Nigga trying to laugh.
I catch you trying to be shit.
Yeah.
And then too, like when you think back about it, like how deep was that?
No, because at the end of the episode,
I was gonna say, how deep was that sit down though with Pops and with when Granddad and fucking and Uncle Ruckus though, like it levels like that. But yo, like I said, just the prophecies and how pathetic Aaron Magruder was. Come on, like the Luther. Like the people really started to make the Luther, and then they served the Luther in what was it, Club Bed, and then you had
Itis,
and then you had the club was called the Itis, but then you had clubs make seating with fucking beds the same style.
In the chicken episode,
chicken sandwich, man.
Oh my god,
yeah,
R. Kelly,
R. Kelly,
yo, think about it.
Why didn't she just move out the way?
Magnificent.
Yo, one of my favorite lines from the Boondocks was from Ed Wansler. He said, "We don't stop doing something because it's wrong. We're Americans. We keep doing the wrong thing till it turns out right."
Pretty much. Yo, that whole show. You're right, Jamal. Like that should have been a 1 seed. But it's like, yo, that whole show just told the truth on America, and it was just like
they took George Bush Jr. and Donald Rumsfeld and voiced them with Charlie Murphy and Samuel L. Jackson. Oh my god!
And they made a new season, but it just didn't get released yet. I don't know if they're gonna bring it out or not.
They're in so much turmoil with that because, like, yo, for instance, here's my main issue with that. J.D. Witherspoon is alive. J.D. Witherspoon sounds just like his father when he does his voice. And Aaron Magruder did not hire him to do Granddad. When I heard that, I don't even care about this season. Don't make the show. Don't make it.
They already recorded up to 8 episodes.
Wow.
The problem is HBO doesn't want to front it. They said that he's taking too long, and it's just like, why did y'all even start this machine if y'all were gonna do the same exact shit that Sony did? Sony was like, "Hey, hurry up." Aaron Magruder's like, "Good shit takes time." Sony was like, "Hurry up." He's like, "Yo, perfection takes time." Then they were like, "Fuck you, nigga. We're gonna replace you with 2 other black people." And that's how we got season 4, which was absolute garbage water.
So
but HBO Max is they kind of pressed right now.
So now HBO is just like, no, fuck it. We're not doing it now. So now everything's just in the air. No one, like, right now there is no new season of Boondocks.
Good, because number one, it's like he's taking the most deaf approach to recording albums. I'm gonna do it when I want to. And then number 2, you did not put JD Witherspoon as Granddad. That right.
With all due respect, JD Witherspoon, he's a great dude, but he's not even, he doesn't even do acting or voice acting to begin with. And just because of that, just because of who his dad is, he's not going to automatically be given a job. Corey, that's nepotism. Same thing. Let me finish my rant. That's nepotism. The same thing that we as a people get mad about when other folks do it. Just because whose dad was, he should not automatically get the job. He auditioned and they picked somebody else.
Okay. Let me
Dan, hold on.
I let you. I'm gonna let you. I let you. Hold on, my bad.
Now, has he been acting?
Let me play this for you. It's playing right now, but
yeah. Well, can I say
what are you pursuing?
Okay.
Nice. Voice acting. That's dope. That's awesome. Have you started getting anything? You've been auditioning a lot, or? Really? Because you booked, or because you vague? But I appreciate it. But hey, I do voice acting too. I
doesn't do voice acting though.
Swim series called Laser Wolf. It was me and Vince Staples and Quinta Brunson of Abbott Elementary.
He did do Laser Wolf.
I'll just stop that right there. He's been doing, because I actually listen to his podcast whenever the freak they actually upload it. But he does do voice acting. He does do commercials. He does do.
But here's what I wanted to say to Salty's point is that just because he sounds like his dad and just because he's got his dad's name,
give me something.
Well, here I only know it because this is how he talks to me all the time. He'll always be like, JD, what you doing today? You got work? You gotta go sit back and talk to all them people. Yeah.
I ain't never.
That's just a little piece. Like, I just wanted to give a snippet of what that dude could do. So I feel you on the whole nepotism comment. But if you need accuracy, why would you go get somebody who is not even close?
Because it's more than just the voice, though. It's more than just the voice, ain't it? Like, anybody can be the voice.
To be perfectly honest,
maybe he didn't have the oomph